All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about a different version of a familiar light we've tested. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at a familiar light that we've tested before, just a new version of that light. And that light is going to be this light here, the good old Kiwi 1200. If you guys remember, this is one of my favorite lights I think I've tested. It's very hard to describe why, but it's one of my favorite lights I've tested. I like the form factor. I like the cutoff beam on it, that it cuts off really well. Battery lasts a long time. I like the mounting style. I liked everything about this light. There was no bad work. There was no bad thoughts about this light at all. It's something I've used. I put this thing on my wife's bike so she could use it. I've run it on this bike before. I've run it on my gravel bike before. It's one of my favorite lights. I like it a lot. Obviously, it's now turning into summertime now, and so it doesn't get used quite as often, but it's still one of my favorite lights I've used. So when that company reached out to me and said, hey, we got a new version of that we want you to test out, and it's in white, I said, heck yeah, I want to test out another. I want to show people how cool these lights actually are. So looking at the two of them here, they are identical, just one white, one black. I'll say the white looks really cool, really sleek, and the white you can actually see all the different little features to it here. So let me bring it closer. So you get white, you can actually see the Kiwi 1200 there. You can see the little Kiwi birds right there, and then you can see light up your way on this side, Kiwi 1200. You can actually see all the different little features on the white one versus the black one. It's more on that black and black. So you got light up your way, Kiwi 1200, the little Kiwi birds, kind of different thing that you can actually see it all now. I remember it was hard to show on the black one, but you can totally see all of that on the white one. Really cool. And if you don't remember the little Kiwi bird, I talked about that in the last video. It has a long nose. It's kind of the big deal. That's a long, skinny bike light. Matched up with the Kiwi bird. First off, comes in a cool new white box, white and pink. Really cool box. Comes on in here. Again, has multiple different modes to it. We'll get to those in just a minute just to showcase those modes again. Inside of here, we have, again, all the tools you need, the little instruction manuals in there, and then everything else is inside here. So you have your little strap mount here that can just mount onto your handlebars. Nice and easy, works good. USB-C charger, and then you have the 2-finger mount, GoPro style mount right here. And this is the one I've personally used by far the most. It just slides right onto our mount there, and you can hang the light by that. And now one thing you might be like, well, you said it has a cutoff on there. So yes, this light does have a cutoff here. So the way this hood is shaped and the way the light is, it actually cuts off, and it doesn't shine directly into cars, into like car windshields. It doesn't do that. So if you were to mount it this way, it's already set, ready to go. You mount it on top of your bars, you're good to go. However, if you flip it around, then it's going to shine directly into cars' eyes. It's going to shine directly into people's eyes that are driving towards you. Not the greatest thing. So one of the things this light does is, like I said, it comes with tools. And you're like, what do you need tools for? It's kind of a basic installation process, right? So they give you a little screwdriver. The screwdriver pops this little cover off. You put it right in there, and it just pops all these little snaps off of here. You don't want to lose this cover, so make sure you hang on to that. Pops all those little screws off. And then underneath, you see there's 3 holes. So with those 3 holes, you get the little Torx bit that's in here. You get this little Torx bit, and you go ahead and you undo this little mount on the bottom. We're just going to very carefully unscrew these. There are extras of these just in case you drop one and lose one. It's not the complete end of the world. We're going to go ahead and unscrew these guys, and then we should be able to lift that guy off and easily move it to the other side. Just like so. And then once it's on the other side, just reverse the process. Screw these guys right on into the holes again. So once you got that moved over to the other side, you just get your little cover piece here again, and we just go ahead and we just push this guy just like that, and just like that. There we go. We got our cover in, we got our little mount flipped, and now if we get our little finger mount here, click that guy in, there we go. Now the cutoff is facing the right way, so you can hang this underneath your bars, lights, button still on top. Pretty cool. That's one of the features I really like about this, is that it's a pretty permanent option. It's a semi-permanent option that allows you to flip your light upside down while still using the cutoff. Lets you mount it both on top and underneath. Because I like to mount my lights underneath on my out front computer mount. I like to mount them right up underneath here. So that's how I like to run them. Just depends on you as a person. That gives you both options with the Kiwi 1200, the white light here. All right, so it's time to talk more brightness and light on this thing, of course. So if you push this little button once really quick, you can see it lights up blue. Blue means the battery is fully charged. If it lights up red, you have a low battery. Pretty nice and easy way to use that. I like the button, or it's a really nice feel to it. Plus, it's got the little Kiwi on there. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and turn off our light here. And you can see if we push and hold, there is our light right there. So you can see if I hold that pretty even with the camera lens right there, you can see it cuts off pretty good. It doesn't shine too much up here. Most of the light's aimed down at the ground versus up here. This is a very much kind of ambient light versus the main focus of this. And we can go through them. There's your medium mode, your high mode right there, very bright. Again, you can really see that, yeah, there isn't much up here. There's some, but not like an immediate blindingness up here. It's mainly aimed down at the road where you're riding. So there's those, and then if we just do kind of a short press for 2 seconds. So there is the breathe mode right there, and there is kind of your daytime flash right there. The daytime flash, again, I feel like it's a bit extreme, but that's just me, especially where I ride. I liked running the breathe mode right here, where it's not too aggressive, and it keeps that light on essentially all the time, which I like versus the flash personally. And then to switch it back, we just push and hold for 2 seconds, and it'll switch right back to where we were. So it was on high, low, medium, and there's our high right there. So it's definitely a really bright light, 1200 lumens. It definitely does the trick really well in the light capacity. There's also a wireless remote to this as well that you can use, and you can connect it to this so you can just control it up with the handlebars. I like the remote myself personally. I thought it was a really good feel to it. If you want to check out more about the remote and then kind of more in-depth on the Kiwi 1200, I'm going to have a link to that video right up here in the corner, so you guys can check that out as well. I kind of went far more in-depth. It was winter time, so I go out at night and ride. It works really good. Again, one of my favorite lights I've used. I still like this light to the day, and having a white one, I like the white. The white's pretty cool. I think I'm going to use the white one from now on. So they also sent me out a tail light with this as well. So I have never tested one of their tail lights out. So this is the W16C bicycle magnetic tail light here. Pretty cool. I have not tested one of their tail lights out. So let's see what all comes in here. So you got the tail light here, and I believe this is the little mounting pad that actually goes and mounts on your bike. So you might be like magnetic, so it pulls off or something like that. It actually slides up. So it slides up off of that mount, and there is a magnet on kind of the inside right there, and then on the mount here. And so it just clicks right in just like that. Pretty neat design, honestly. I think that's kind of cool. It really is a minimalist mount. If you're not running your light, that's essentially what's on your bike. So it's very minimalist versus a lot of other lights I've tested out before. So you get this guy. You get, of course, the USB-C charger. USB-C charge. If it's not USB-C, you're really messing up right now. And then you got 2 different pads here. Okay, I'm guessing based on whatever you want to do. So you kind of have just a flat pad, which has the grooves to fit into there. So you can mount that onto your bike just like so. Or you have this angled one. So if it's mounting up high, or your seat is kind of at an angle, or anything like that, honestly, you can mount this on there, and it can angle the light any certain way based on kind of how it is. So just depends where you're mounting it, the certain type of bike, how that all fits. And then you just got your little rubber straps that go with it to mount it onto the bike. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I like just the basic mounting capabilities of this guy here. So I'm just going to mount it on here just to a curiosity. So we're going to mount it just kind of right under here for the moment. Oh yeah. Okay. So in my case, yeah, that actually mounts it. So it's kind of pointed straight back. I like that. Obviously it's aimed at the tire, but this is just how I'm going to mount it right now. So mounts on there, and then our magnetic guy. Okay. That actually pretty easy. That's honestly pretty easy to do. And like I said, it's not that big of a mount on there. I mean, let's compare it to up there. it's a pretty small mount versus, you know, your kind of normal light mounts you'd have. And it's not like it's super easy to come off. I don't think you're going to lose it. I don't think it's going to come off necessarily by itself. So that's kind of a cool mount to it. Pretty cool. Now, some of you guys want to see how bright this thing is. So it's, again, USB-C chargeable. All right, so there is one flashing mode. Another. Just solid. A little bit brighter. Flash, flash, flash. So it has plenty of different modes there. Say 30 lumen light here. So nothing super crazy, but it does the trick for a rear light. I mean, it's red. And you could have these flashing modes that go on. Kind of neat how they have that on there. So if you want to pair up everything, get a nice light, get a nice rear light with your Kiwi 1200. They offer a rear light. Pretty neat. It's pretty neat design. Aerodynamic, thin. Kind of cool. I like the rear light as well. A little magnetic guy. Kind of the way everything's going is these magnetic lights now. So just click that buy back on there. There you go. That's kind of cool. I like it. It works pretty good. I like the mounting style. I like how simple it is. Just works. That's kind of what you need from a rear light, is just something that works and is consistent. So really cool light. Again, one of my favorite lights, the Kiwi 1200. If you're interested in picking one up for yourselves, I'm gonna have a link in the description down below, both to the Kiwi 1200 as well as the taillight here, which I've never tested before, as well as a video to the original one I did on the Kiwi 1200. If you want to see a whole bunch more testing at night, all that kind of stuff, you can check out that video if you would like. Big thanks to these guys for sending me out their lights and continuing to make awesome products out there. If you guys enjoyed the video or at least learned something today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.